Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Les Janae, and thank you for coming back, guys. And if you are new here, please remember to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you never miss the post. And also, guys, share this video to a family member or a friend or anyone you think this video may can help. And by the title below, we are touching on the topic forgiveness. Yes, this is a very sensitive topic also for me. And the reason why I decided to talk on this subject, forgiveness, it's because I bought a book maybe like a year maybe like a year, yeah, over a year now. I bought the book. I was supposed to read the book, but during that time I lost my mom. So I got distracted, and the book, I never find the book. Was just, I didn't even remember nothing about the book. But I stumbled upon this book a few days ago, and um I've not read the book as yet, so I cannot speak about the book. But the title of the book was what drew me to make that purchase. And also me looking at the topic today and remembering what I was going through at the time, and why I chose to buy the book, right? Yes, it was me struggling on how to forgive. So I'm gonna show you the name of the book, and I would like to encourage anyone in the that's watching, if you have read this book, please feel free to comment your take on the book, because I think the book is based on a true story. The writer, I think she wrote the book based on her personal experience. And yes, I would I'm gonna read the book. After I read the book, I'm gonna give my review of the book. So I'm gonna show you the book. The book is Forgiving What You Can't Forget. It's by Lisa Terry Curris. I can't pronounce her name. I hope. Yeah, this is the name of the book. I can't pronounce her name. Yes. Yes. So I decided to talk a little about forgiveness, because I personally have to make a conscious decision to forgive a particular person. And guys, forgiveness, it could be like forgiveness from your spouse, your family members, brother, sister, siblings, your friend. And there, yeah, so it's just like, it's there are times when you're wondering, why should I forgive that person? I'm not wrong. They did me something wrong. Why should I be the one to forgive? But you know what? For you to actually heal or move past the situation, you have to forgive that person. And by you talking to that person, whether you call them on the phone, or they reach out to you and ask you to forgive them, and by you saying that, I think by you releasing it out of your mouth, saying I forgive you, that's when the healing will actually start. Yes, I can honestly say. So we have an idea what forgiveness is, but just to be clear, or to get the definition, I went on dear good old Google. And what Google has for forgiveness is the conscious decision to let go of resentment and anger towards someone who has wronged you, regardless of whether they deserved it. So whether they deserve it, it's not really for them. It's actually for you, because now you are able to move forward and heal from the trauma or whatever situation they have done, they have put you through. So let's talk a little, guys. I'm not gonna give too much details on my experience, but I'm just gonna speak vaguely on the situation. Well, not really speak on it, but how I have to move forward or I have to maneuver, and how me at the time not not able to forgive the person, how it has affected me. You know, when I've gone through my situation, um and I was just there crying all the time, saying, why me? What have I done for this person to do this to me? You know, and that's the thing. And that's what makes it so hard, especially if you have not done nothing wrong. How can you forgive? And then what happened? You're gonna still remember it. So me now saying, what have I done to this person? Why this person so evil? Why do you think that it's okay for you to do this to me? And then you're just moving about life like it's business as usual. Have you have any heart for me? Did you consider my feeling? How do you did you consider how you doing this to me, how it's gonna make me feel? And you know, when the time come for me to forgive this person, it was so hard. And guys, I just want to ask you, have you ever been through a situation where somebody have done something so horrible to you, and now it's you have to forgive that person? Because in my situation, that person called me and asked me to forgive them. And I was like, what do you want me to forgive you for? Because what I want for me, what I wanted was for that person to name out everything that they did to me. And that's not how it goes, guys. Because remember, God forgive us every day. If God was like us, we would not have been on this earth today. Because we have to depend on God's grace and mercy every day. And as a Christian, you have to forgive. And I struggled with that for almost 2 years. And I'm just thanking God that I'm able to forgive that person, because now I can honestly say uh, the burden of carrying that weight on me was so heavy. And I remember at the time when I got the phone call, I cut the call and I start bawling like, you did all this to me and now you want me to forgive you. And you know, I prayed about it. I prayed about it. And I made the decision to call back that person. And I said, I forgive you. And honestly, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not. This is just fact. Immediately, I feel, I feel so light. It's like I'm like, it's like I'm a different person. And now, so there's another part to that definition. It also said it's an active process that can lead to significant benefit, such as to improve mental and physical health. And that is so true. Because I'm not gonna say that every night I wasn't able to sleep, but there are times when it would just play back in my mind, and I think it's that mental thing that, you know, because you know that you wasn't wrong, and it plays with my mental mind. I used to wake up in the middle of the night, and sometimes I would just look back and just think on the situation. I'm like, what? And I honestly know that that person is sleeping comfortably, and I'm up, tossing and turning, cannot sleep. It doesn't happen every night, but there are times when it just happens. And it's not until then I was able to move on. I don't even think of the situation anymore, to be honest. It's because I saw this book and I remember the reason why I bought the book. I'm still going to read the book. I'm still going to read the book because there's nothing wrong in seeing somebody else's perspective on how they maneuver. And, we might think that, as a Christian, why we have to go through all of this. And I remember listening to a motivational speaker. I don't remember the name of the person. And I can refer to, there's just something that he said that stood out to me. And it was like, your trauma is sometimes not for you, it's for somebody else. So you may go through it, but it's not really for you. It's maybe someone looking on the outside, looking in, that knows you or probably see you gone through something and said, okay, if she had gone through it, there's hope for me. And I can honestly say I see examples of persons that gone through stuff, and I know that there's hope for me, because even when I lost my child, I remember my uncle lost his son, and he called me a couple days ago and he was talking to me, and when I know that somebody has have gone through certain things and they said it and they can say something, it hit different. It hit different than somebody who have never gone through it, because now you have somebody to relate to. And so now my personal journey of me forgiving, I saw where persons have gone through stuff, and they have to learn to forgive just to move on. Because I think that when you hold on to that grudge, or it's like you're stuck, you're stagnant, because guess what? You keep replaying that scenario over and over in your mind. It's like you keep reliving that memory. You're not moving forward because you're stuck right there. And it's not until I had to make that conscious decision to let go and let God. That is it. Clap that. Let go and let God. Because guess what? During that time of me going through all that trauma and hurt, God was also there guiding me, helping me to maneuver those obstacles, those hurdles. So now for me to hold on and not let go, it would have like defeated the whole purpose of God bringing me through. And even when I was going through my trauma, I was still able to encourage people. And there are times when, after I finished talking to that person, I'm like, well, I didn't need that. Why didn't I tell myself that? I'm like, I should have told myself that. I needed to hear that. So, and it brings back to what I said earlier, that your trauma is not for you. Sometimes it's to help somebody else, or some experience that you've gone through. Sometimes it's not really for you, but it's for somebody else. Just like the apple tree. The apple tree doesn't need an apple. What all the apple tree needs is water, because guess what? The fruit that it's gonna produce, it's for somebody else. It's for us. Yeah, it's for us. It doesn't eat apple. And but it has to go through that process to grow, to produce that fruit so somebody else can enjoy it. So guys, I'm just gonna say this to you now. If there's anyone here listening and you're having a very hard time in with forgiveness or forgiving, please, I'm gonna implore you to Try it. Try to forgive. Make that step. Call that person, or if that person reach out to you, I know it's not gonna be easy because it wasn't easy for me. It took me 2 years, and I wish I had done it sooner because now I've never been so happy. It's like that was a heavy dead weight I was bringing, and that's not healthy for us. And that's the reason why God doesn't want us to hold on to stuff like this, because it's not healthy for us. So if you know of anyone that's having a hard time to forgive, or wondering how can they take the step, it's not easy, but the simplest way is probably call that person. If you are able to see that person face to face, say, hey, talk to them. Yeah, I think the moment it comes out of your mouth, when you say, no, I forgive you, you're not gonna forget the situation. But you know what I noticed too, I think once you forgive them, the memory, it's not that so present in your face, like you keep remembering. I mean, you're gonna have flashback now and then, because remember, we're still human. But that constant reminder won't, that constant reminder every day, it's gonna get like fade away. It's not gonna, because now I think what it does is like it becomes like a weapon. So it's like it starts controlling you. So once you let it out, you say that word, I forgive you, I forgive you. Then eventually, little by little, yes, it's like you don't remember it that much. And then who knows? I'm still fresh with my forgiveness, forgiving that person. But I don't think about the situation anymore. And I don't, it's just amazing how I'm able to, it's like the memory just fade away. Like it's not that present in my memory, because it was living rent free in my head, rent free, taking up unnecessary space. Yeah. um Having me feeling hungry every time I remember. Yeah, this thing I'm talking on, I'm smiling. It's because looking back and seeing how God has bring me through the situation, I'm like, wow. And I was there, having that hanging over me, keep remembering these things that wasn't of any great because looking back at it was it I had to I think each one of us here have this. God already prepared our path, and for us to go through our path, our destiny, we have to go through that pathway that God has prepared for us. And sometimes you'll wonder and saying, God, why me? But then remember, there's another part to it. Why not me? Because He will never give us more than what we can bear. God will never give us more than what we can bear. And anything that has happened to us, you know that there are things that is outside of the will of God, where but like stuff that you overcome, it's only for you to be stronger and to help someone, not just for you to, it's also to help somebody in the process. And I genuinely can attest to that. So, guys, if you reach this far in the video, please remember to like and share. And also, can you please drop a praise emoji to let me know that you have reached this far in the video? And I just want to tell you that be strong, and remember, if it doesn't kill you, only going to make you stronger. So I'll end the video right now, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thank you for stopping by. See you in the next